Hey there, guys. We've got news for Global on February 1st, and I finally managed to get myself a guest again. So, welcome Gerrtt84 to joining me for the news.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I'm excited to talk about this very, very fast.
Oh, I know, this week is so exciting. So, we're getting Fastest in the Skies Setzer. So, this is a unit that we kind of bypassed. I don't know how long ago. I'm going to say something like 2 months, 3 months maybe. It was around the time Locke came out.
Hmm.
He should have been coming out around then as well. It was Miss. Do you remember, Gert? Did we get like his event? Was it split? I honestly don't even remember. Or did we just like bypass that chunk entirely?
I think we bypassed that chunk entirely. I think originally they were like together at the same time, but like we only got half the content. I
Okay.
think.
So we're still
I may be
missing his banner mate. I do remember he was sharing the banner with Rydia, if I remember correctly, and she's still missing the
wrong.
new Rydia. But honestly, not the biggest loss. Or maybe she'll pop up next week, considering Setcher is just like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Very random.
So how do you feel about them bringing this unit so late? And as far as I saw, with no upgrades. Yeah, no upgrades at all. Just really late, outdated, weak. Has no place in the meta really. And they're just sticking him in this week when we've already had like players feeling like we're slow weeks, dead weeks, meaningless content, etc. And they're sticking Setzer. Like, how do you think? How do you feel about that, Gert?
Well, I mean, it's nice to get a unit, right? Because we were told at one point that they weren't going to skip units, they weren't going to skip upgrades and things, and so it is nice to finally get a unit. Technically true to word. I guess one thought I have is that he would have probably been useful to you last week when you were doing the all those element clears. Like
Oh,
wind was your hardest one. Would he have helped you out a little bit?
oh, absolutely. I forget who was my wind field on that. I know Malphasy was the imperiled. Did I even have a wind
You had
amplify field?
Malphasy, and I think you had mid.
Oh, mid, yeah, and Setra's field. Is it better than 40? Oh, it's actually
The
worse. It's 25. Ooh. So
Yeah.
honestly, probably wouldn't have helped really. I mean,
Oof.
I mean, he has a 150 amplifier for himself,
Yeah.
so maybe his
Yeah.
personal damage would have been good.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know. He's really underwhelming. Just completely honest.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't look that exciting to me personally, but
Um, my personal thoughts are like, if you're gonna delay a unit this long to where they're so far like out of the meta, like either just skip them entirely at that point or upgrade them because something's got to be done to give him some value. And unless they're just unannounced, he's not getting an upgrade,
doesn't look like it.
and that's really really sad. The banner's pretty generic. Nothing special here. 9,000 times 5, so 45,000. Pity, if I'm doing the math quickly and correctly. No, 8. No, 9. I'm
No,
so bad
it's
at math.
nine. Yeah, it's nine.
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, so 45k pity.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, the unit is not that special. He's got a 25 amp field. His damage is very underwhelming. He's wind element, which is, as we saw from the dark vision stuff,
Yep.
really far behind.
Yep. I gotta be
S-
honest. I didn't even use Setzer when I played six.
I honestly I never did either because his
Yeah.
whole the slots thing was just too RNG for me, and
Yeah.
you had to use him for that very brief period. But as soon as I could, yeah, he got swapped out.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, so is there anything else you want to say about this unit, Gert? I don't have a lot to say myself.
He just like he did in six, he's got slots, so he unlocks random stuff for you to do in battle, which is super fun. When you need it, when you need the one skill he can do that's kind of useful, you're not going to get it. If you want experience with that, bring NBA selfie to your team. Um, so yeah, I don't see it.
I will
He does.
say. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he's got something. Oh, it's just he's got something for that increases modifier, but it's just for him. Yeah, no, no.
Yeah, I was going to say that the one thing I can say for this unit is I forget who it was, but there was someone that was like really upset that he was skipped, or I guess delayed at this point. And they were like, I really wanted to pull for Setzer because I guess he's got one fan out there. I forget who it was, but they were like really upset that Setzer wasn't coming when they expected. And so I guess whoever that was, it was in Discord. Whoever that was, they can be, I guess, excited now to pull for their favorite. So they're pleasing one person.
This is your moment. Go get him.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, that's it. His STMR and TMR are nothing special, really.
It's an accessory, though. Only good for him, sadly. And yeah, the TMR is just kind of okay.
Very, very generic thing. I will say, and oh god, I can't see this possibly mattering, but the one thing I guess you can say is because he's gathering, and I'll take this moment just to briefly mention a new feature they added in JP. So we're going slightly off topic for global, but JP just added, or is adding actually tomorrow, a brand new power creep feature, something called the overdrive system. So to give people that don't follow JP News a very brief primer on what it does, it's another way to add additional stats to your units in battle. Neovisions plus Vaughn will be the first one releasing tomorrow in JP, and it powers up all units of a category on your party. And Vaughn is for the gathering, so you're going to need to build a party of all gathering units to do the overdrive stuff. And Setzer is gathering. That said, I seriously doubt he fits on that party.
Because I assume Vaughn is fire element.
I don't think they've specifically said in the news. I could be wrong, but I didn't see the element myself. But I would assume that because he's always been fire. So
yeah,
probably. But yeah, Setzer, yay.
You could take Setzer's 25% fire amp field.
Oh jeez. And then the event is a typical farming event, so super easy, farm it, day one, get it done, some generic gear that new players may like, older players don't really care. Do your friends a favor and put the Gathering as a bonus unit on Mog Farm days. I like to do it, on day one when a server comes up, and I swear, almost no one sets the proper bonus unit the day before. I always do. Wednesday evening, I got my bonus unit set up, my friends are good to go, but I swear, I can never find bonus units on Thursday morning.
So true. It's so true. Who is a good gathering unit that people could put here? Is there a good NVA gathering unit that people could go for?
That you like, good as in like could actually use?
Just to throw up as like a bonus unit. Like
I was gonna say Cyan is a he's New Vision's base, but he's gathering. There's so many, my mind is blanking. I think Vaughn.
Assassin Shadow is a NVA people could put there. Fran is an NVA.
There you go. Some bonus units.
Yeah.
And
just
help.
This is an idea.
Help out the early morning day one farming. And then the EX stage I swear I thought we got this item in because that was why we all thought they skipped, right? Because didn't they put this item in one of the other events during that time period?
I think they did, or maybe we've had something that looks really similar. Hold that thought while I look.
Okay. But yeah, it's an EX stage, gear farming stage, whatever you want to call it. I think
they did event Glittering Desert Sands Temptation. It was the rerun event that they did last November, and they gave this out as an event. Yeah,
and we saw that, and that's why we said, we're probably not getting Setzer because you're giving the gear. And then I guess they backtrack on that decision, giving it again. I don't know.
Now you can have two.
In any case, I believe gathering is the mission, but you can take anything you want, so you can skip it if you're like a newer player or to get a friend to carry you. So now that we mentioned some cheapy gathering units for that, what are some good gathering carry units?
Probably, I would guess, Treasure Hunter Locke.
Yeah, he's definitely good. I would assume
Or King of Bale Galuf.
Yeah, those are good. How about older? Is there anyone like older? I'm trying to think myself, and I'm not like by memory. I can't think of anyone.
I'm looking at the category page.
Because like a unit we could suggest for players to set and carry their newer friends.
Van Harness Gathering.
Oh, okay. He probably could blow it up with EX2, EX3. Yeah, that'd work. So there you go. Something like that. Or Treasure Hunter Locke probably is the best option if someone has him.
I do.
Oh, excellent. You can carry me.
There you go. I'll set him for you.
And then the other thing is we're getting a new Lapis replica shop, Lunar New Year. Not much special to say about it. The same we've been. They're cycling. There's no fragments, though, in the current shop. Now, I'm doubting any go into this shop. What are your thoughts on that, Gerrtt? The fact that they just took away fragments entirely, because they did not replace them in the old shop.
They didn't. It's like they decided that Prompto was the last mistake we were going to make. you know,
geez.
and now we're not getting them. Period. And it's just I hate it because I don't know. We've had this since they came out, and I guess we didn't even get a full year of getting fragments for it. But I guess I kind of understand, like, with that, you could pull one copy of a unit and with some clever spending have EX2 right away. So I can see why that would maybe discourage people from like pulling as much or spending as much. So I kind of get it, but it stings a little bit.
And for me personally, like the lack of fragments, it definitely wasn't the only or even the main reason that I decided to pass on Murray. But that was absolutely a factor because I thought about it because of her fragments being missing. If I pull for her and that safety net of the fragments is not available, I could just be totally screwed by not getting EX2 and ready for Clash. So it wasn't the main reason, but it was a contributing factor to why I decided to skip that unit. And it's going to happen a lot in the future. Like, I'm going to be much less incentivized to pull units if the fragments aren't there, because the fact of the matter is, especially in Clash of Wills, a unit at EX1 is just not takeable most of the time. Obviously, the rest of the party's EX3, whatever. But
yeah, depends on the unit. But I mean, the availability of easy to obtain fragments has been an issue for a long time, going back all the way back to the first time Graf and Id were on Banner. Like, that's just always been a thing.
Yep. Well, we'll have to see. Maybe they will, change their mind and put fragments back into the Lunar New Year stuff.
The real question is, do you think they're going to have that goofy exchange ticket that costs you 10K? But only gives you 5 fragments?
Oh, geez. I mean, at this point, they've done it like 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row. And they did fix it the one time, but they haven't fixed the other one. So maybe they're like, just screw the players. We don't care.
It's hard to say.
I have to see. And then the last thing for the week is Dark Visions. So this one is giving, just to keep in mind, New Year's Lapis replica. So the currently running shop, not the new ones. Keep that in mind. Not shared. Not much to say about it. If we follow the schedule, this should be the... Oh, I can never say this name. Eliphacanicris. The moose. The moose.
Oh, excellent. I love that. I love his sprite.
He's the Dark Visions boss.
Nice.
The AI is incredibly simple. It's very true to form to the moose fight. It's just set up and kill it. Period. It's very dull.
That'll be fun.
Will it though?
Does it have does it have any specific elemental weaknesses, or can you take whatever you want?
Oh no, it was the same as the last ones, the few in JP by memory. I think it was like just two random weaknesses or two random strengths, and the rest were the same. So like
Okay.
the last one was like fire and wind was strong, and the rest were the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one was that way too. They picked just two. I don't remember. I could be mistaken. Global could also change it. Um, but I think it was like just two random strengths and then six weaknesses. So,
Okay.
just
Cool.
off the top of your head, do you have any idea of what your current element will be for Dark Visions, Gert?
Well, if I had to go with like raw power, I would be going fire. If I had to go with what I think would be fun, just to like have a fun combination of units, I want to do a combo Thunder Earth team using my Tactics and Rebels team.
Okay, okay, pretty cool.
That'd be fun, but I think my raw power is fire.
For me too. Either fire, although dark is really strong lately.
Mm.
So I might go, or like I did on my very first Vision World, like a hybrid of the two of them, both fire and
Yeah.
dark at the same time, and just put the
Hmm.
best of both.
Yeah,
Be-
Roka seems like a really, I mean, really flexible, powerful leader for a lot of people.
For sure, absolutely. Um, and then the boss is a stone. So the big stone killer is Ilmatil by memory, the
Hmm.
250. Sylvie gives 250 single, 150 AoE. Anyone else you can think of like big stone killers just off the top of your head?
Ash,
Oh yeah, she has 250 single target.
yeah, that's
Pretty
the
good.
one that I'm thinking of. I don't look at me looking stuff up. Um,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people will be going with Ilmatil, but for the few people that
Probably.
maybe don't have her. The cool thing is she can be used totally at EX0 to do that duty. So,
Hmm. There's I'm just looking. Yeah, that's it. Just those two for the big ones.
yep. So probably one of them will be coming to to the Dark Visions fight.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it for the current or the upcoming content. The only other thing to talk about, I guess, is Clash of Wills. I recently put out like a My Thoughts video. Gert, you put out one as well.
Hmm.
Um, and then both of us talking to just people in the community. It seems that a lot of people share our thoughts that it's just not that fun at the end of the day. Even the people that have gotten rank 1 by copying the crazy turn 5 15 billion burst strategy.
Hmm.
There's like 15, 20 people that did it at this point, maybe more at this point. Even they're saying like at least the ones I've talked to are saying like this is trash. This is garbage. This is not fun. So,
Yeah, that's the general consensus I've gotten as well. And after trying it myself, I've done my own variation of it where I haven't gotten rank 1, but as best as I can, doing a turn 5 burst. Like I I get how the system works. I get why it works. I know what I'm supposed to do. I hate that I'm stuck in a I'm on rails. There is no other alternative to like what you're supposed to do, because even after you get out of burst mode, let's say you kill the boss or don't kill the boss, it's got 5% health back on turn 5, it heals itself a good chunk and now you've lost all your power. So like it's not great.
yeah, feels the same way to me. I've considered going back and like just like you, like doing a clear with like either a modifier off or maybe drop down a few levels because with
Hmm.
the exponential stat scaling, like level 98 is much weaker than 99.
Oh, so much. Yeah.
I've considered that, but then I go and like I go to Clash of Wills and I see my rank, and that just generic nothing turned to like 4 modifier clear is still ranked like 240,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna get 750 people passing me in the next week. I just know I'm not. So I'm like in the rank 1 tier with that no effort clear.
Yeah.
And that just says a lot about the game as a whole. Like, if people are that uninterested in this new system that they're literally not even trying, it's like, what does that say for the long term health of the game?
It doesn't say anything good, and I mean, I can only speak to what I've seen on my comments, because I did ask people in my video to comment like, how far have you gone? How far have you gotten? A large majority of people have not really even gone past level 90. A lot of people have not even gotten into it to tried it at all. And whether that's like a protest thing or if it's like a, well, Sinzar hasn't shown me how to do it yet thing, who knows? But like people just aren't engaging in it, which is I think the worst part of all.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I said, so people that are just, they saw my clear and like, well, what's the point? Hey, that turn 2 clear at the current time is like rank 240. That's the top 1,000. That's the maximum possible rewards. So
Yeah.
copy that.
Well, even more than that. So like knowing that there's people who are able to do 15 billion with all the mods on, like I look at my account and I go, well, even if I had the EX levels, I don't think I could do 15 billion. Now I am doing more damage than I thought I would be doing. But I know that with the combination of stuff that I have, I can't go much higher than I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, which way are you currently going? Are you going for the full modifier lower level, or the level 99 with some mods disabled?
My highest score is 97 with 320% mods.
Okay, so like a small combination of both. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, well, yeah. So, oh, also, I kind of wanted to mention as well. I'm glad I remembered. What are your thoughts of the developers or the producers, etc., ignoring the issue? Because as we see, there's no news of we've seen feedback. We're taking it into consideration. We're going to hopefully consider it for either fixing it during maintenance, seems very unlikely, or at the very least, we're going to take your feedback and make changes for next month. They've said nothing, at least at the current time, with the weekly news. Do you think they're just don't care? They're still cooking? Or what do you think the reason is they're just radio silence right now?
So I'm very hopeful that it is basically because we're in beta testing, right? So like officially they should really give it a chance to like see how it goes before they start knee jerk changing everything. That doesn't mean that I don't think we shouldn't give them our feedback, because I think that our feedback is going to be really crucial to them understanding like why we think is an issue. But also you've got to consider like, anybody who made a video or a comment or a post or something over the weekend, they came into the office, for us late Sunday, late Sunday night, and they've had a day to kind of process and think about it, and you would hope that they would make a response, but like maybe just the fact that we are in beta testing means that they need to let it like kind of ride out to see like, okay, now that we've done this and looked at all the data, now what? It is just weird to see like nothing, no communication, but I wouldn't expect them to change it while it's still in beta testing. But it is weird to see nothing.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Well, I guess, other than this little quick stage, which is by memory from JP, not very hard, we don't have a lot. Well, I guess we have Dark Visions, don't we?
We do have Dark
to do
Visions.
this week.
And Clash of Wills.
Yeah, I guess if, people listen to what I say and go and try the clear and my rank all of a sudden just starts dropping, I'll go back and make like a more serious clear. But, if by like Sunday evening I'm still in the top 500, I'm just going to be like, I'm good.
I'm the same way. Like I've got a couple ideas in my back pocket just from videos that I've seen, but like for right now, I'm okay where I am. Unless I'll all of a sudden just like, unless I start falling fast. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
We know that there are a lot of people who don't do DV or Clash of Wills until last minute.
This is very true.
For a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, guess that's it. Thanks again for joining me, Gerrtt.
Always a pleasure.
All right. See you on Thursday. Later.
Take care, everybody.